My name is Adam Sells, and I'm the student minister here at First Baptist Church, Blumpville. For this past month, we've been talking about our building fund, and we've been talking predominantly about looking back to the past of what has happened here. And I like to think of myself as somebody who came before the renovation and construction of our current sanctuary and came after so many of the things that we've looked back on. I feel like I'm almost like somebody who came as a bridge between the two. And I want to speak to you today about what these ministries, as far as buildings and parks and campaigns that have gone on in the past, and what we're talking about in the future, as somebody who's experienced them and has benefited greatly from them as a student minister, as a children's pastor. So when I came to this church over 10 years ago, much of the progress had already happened. A Family Life Center had already been established. There was Fellowship Park. This chapel had already been built. And so I was able to come in and look at the facilities that you had done, that you had prepared for a future generation, and to help minister to them in these areas. And many of this stuff was already going on, but we could look across the street and see Fellowship Park and just see that there's a chapel there that over these years the student ministry has been able to call their home. This is where they come every Wednesday night, and we have our student first worship here. This is where they can come on a Wednesday night and just hang out, be themselves, grab a snack in the back, and just fellowship and talk with each other. We have this wonderful park that we can go down to and use those facilities in the spring, summer, fall. Oftentimes we've met outside. They've even requested that we have church over in the log church, and so we've had our worship and preaching services over there. As a children's pastor, I look at the facilities in the Family Life Center, and we talk about starting a ministry called Awana that helps children to be discipled and to grow in the relationship with Christ by being in His Word. And we have that wonderful facility there with classrooms surrounding the top, an amazing gym floor where we can have the Awana games each and every week. That facility was already there because somebody in the past had looked to the future. I think about Camp Discovery, a ministry that was already ongoing, and Vacation Bible School, a ministry that has a rich history here, and how in this recent year we've put them together. And we have Camp VBS, and we're able to have facilities to do that. We're able to have great technology in our newly renovated worship center and our sanctuary, that we can have all the elements to do that. I think about the Family Life Center, again, a great place for rec. Let's go to the park because the weather's great in the summer. And we have, again, facilities to do that, looking back because of those people who looked to the future. I think about in the summer when we have our Culture Shock. That's our student revival that we do for students specifically in our church, but throughout the area. And I've had other student ministers talk about, man, it's so nice you have all these facilities to do this, a great sanctuary, a place to feed everyone. We do some activities in the Family Life Center. In past years, we've come over and had breakout sessions here in the chapel. And so I and many of you, students, children, and parents of students and children, college students who've come up through these ministries, have benefited because somebody in the past cared about a future generation that they may never ever meet. I've heard the phrase, they were willing to plant shade trees that they would never set under. But yet here we are, benefiting from the shade of those trees that they planted. And now we have the opportunity to again look to the future and take care of the financial responsibility from the renovations and the new buildings that we have, which then will open up opportunities again for us to say, what's in the future? Where can we go from here? So I can tell you, as someone, as a minister, and who's been a part of a lot of kids, students' lives, it's so nice to be able to look back, look to where we are, and then look to the future and see how they all link together. And so great job, First Baptist Blumpville, from many years ago. And those saints that I won't meet here, but I'll meet there, thank you. And to those that are serving right now, thank you for the opportunities you've given me as a student minister to minister to children and students throughout these years with these facilities and all that we have here. And thank you to those who are currently here, who are looking to the future and what we can do. And so let's keep it up and let's get it done for the Lord.